At daybreak, hidden beyond ordinary maps, an Italian village woke as if it had been painted by hope itself. Golden light slipped over cobblestones, climbed flowered balconies, and lingered in cafe windows where dreams seemed as tangible as steam rising from morning espresso. In this village, beauty was never only decoration. A fine stitch could steady a trembling heart. A polished buckle could feel like courage. And inside one boutique, elegance and meaning lived side by side. The doors of Alaila Carroll style opened with quiet ceremony, and Alaila stepped into the morning as if she already knew where the day wanted to go.
Finally, I was beginning to think luxury had overslept.
You complain with remarkable confidence.
I do not complain, I announce standards.
Resting on Alaila's shoulder, handbag blinked awake, gold clasp curling into a grin. In any other place, that might have been impossible. Here, it simply meant the day had properly begun. At the end of the lane, where leather, cedar, and old wisdom perfumed the air, the shoemaker waited behind a scarred wooden bench. In his hands rested a handcrafted shoe that glowed as softly as a promise.
These are not ordinary shoes.
The square quieted. Even the fountain seemed to listen.
They do not change a person. They remind a person who that soul has always been.
Oh, I adore mysterious fashion. It gives craftsmanship such dramatic importance.
Only those ready to walk in purpose can truly receive the gift.
Alaila studied the shoe, then the faces gathering in the square. Some were curious, some hopeful. Some carried the unmistakable look of people who had been postponing themselves. She understood then that her role in the village was not merely to sell beautiful things. She was there to notice the quiet hunger behind polished smiles and to place possibility into waiting hands.
Then let us find who is ready.
Her first stop was a narrow studio tucked behind a climbing wall of jasmine. Inside, an artist stood half hidden behind canvases, bright with talent and dim with hesitation. The paintings were alive with feeling, yet every finished piece leaned against the wall unseen, as if praise might be more frightening than failure.
Your work is ready for daylight, even if your courage is still catching up.
What if people look and see nothing special?
Then let them look again.
Alaila set a pair of handcrafted shoes before the artist, not as a disguise, not as a miracle, but as an invitation.
Walk in these only if you are willing to be recognized.
By evening, the same woman who had hidden behind her canvases stood beneath warm gallery lights, welcoming a room full of admirers. Applause rose around her like a long-delayed answer.
Confidence is always the best curated collection.
Word traveled quickly in a village built on longing. Before noon the next day, Alaila found a young businessman in the cafe arcade, rehearsing a brilliant idea into a cup gone cold. He had vision, preparation, and a meeting that could alter his life. What he did not have was the belief that he deserved the chair waiting for him.
If I speak too boldly, they will dismiss me. If I hold back, I disappear.
Then carry something that reminds you not to disappear.
From her boutique case, Alaila placed a handcrafted crossbody bag in his hands, precise and understated, built not for display alone, but for steadiness.
Let it hold your papers. You hold your ground.
He did not become someone new at that table. He became unmistakably himself, and that was enough to change everything. Soft orchestral music rises with a modern Italian shimmer as dawn spills over Tuscany. Golden light glides across vineyards, old villas, and winding roads before drifting toward Florence, where church bells answer the morning and beauty wakes in layers. Painters lift their brushes. Bakers carry fresh bread into the street. Boutique, shutters open to polished glass and quiet luxury. Every city has its secrets. Some hide beneath stone. Some wait inside forgotten walls. And one secret appears only when someone needs it most. The building has no sign, no display window, and no address anyone remembers. For most people, it is only another wall in a city full of beautiful walls. But this morning, the door is listening. Around the corner comes Cinnamon, a tiny Yorkshire Terrier with urgent purpose in every quick step. Cinnamon stops, sniffs the air, and lifts his head. Three tiny golden paw prints bloom across the sidewalk. Inside, the boutique awakens. A chandelier flickers to life. Shelves glow. Handcrafted shoes rise into perfect lines. Designer handbags turn slowly on crystal stands, as if greeting the day. At the center of it all, Alaila adjusts a display with calm, practiced hands.
Another beautiful morning. I assume everyone is here to admire me.
No, Milano. They are here because someone needs hope.
Hope should at least compliment my leather.
Cinnamon races in, circles Alaila, then darts to the front door and plants one tiny paw against it. Gold light gathers around the handle.
Oh, it is happening.
Across Florence on a quiet bench, Sophia sits alone with a folder full of rejection letters. The pages are creased from being opened too many times. Her eyes move over the same phrases again and again until they no longer sound professional, only personal.
I do not think I am good enough anymore.
Somewhere deep inside, the thought hardens. Not extraordinary, not chosen, not enough. Back at the boutique, Cinnamon lets out a soft whimper. Alaila understands at once.
It is time.
The lock releases by itself. A few minutes later, Sophia turns onto a narrow street and stops. A magnificent black door stands where she could swear there was only stone before. Warm light glows at its edges. Piano music slips gently into the air.
Has that always been there?
The door opens before Sophia can touch it. Cinnamon appears first and nudges Sophia's hand with his nose. For the first time that day, she smiles.
I guess you want me to follow you?
Oh, good. Sophia looks nice. I was worried we would get another pirate.
Milano.
The pirate was exhausting.
Sophia steps inside and loses her breath. The room is elegant, alive, impossible. Every shelf seems handcrafted by memory itself.
Welcome to Alaila Carroll style. This boutique appears to people who have forgotten their worth.
Then it has found the right person. I do not feel extraordinary at all.
That is not a flaw. It is simply why the door opened.
Before Sophia can gather herself, Milano lunges into action. Oversized handbags glide forward. Glittering heels sparkle under warm light. Structured looks, severe looks, timid looks, trend-perfect looks line up as if auditioning for approval.
We begin with dramatic excellence.
Sophia tries one polished version after another, each beautiful and each wrong. In every reflection, she sees someone edited for acceptance.
They are impressive, but none of them feel like me.
Alaila studies the reflections instead of the outfits. The trouble is not that Sophia chooses badly. The trouble is that Sophia chooses carefully, trimming away anything that might reveal too much of herself.
You do not dismiss yourself with grand speeches, Sophia. You do it quietly. You edit until nothing risky remains.
At once, the boutique responds. A row of bracelets loses its shimmer. A silk scarf unties itself and slips from a mannequin. Even the light seems unwilling to settle around borrowed decisions, as if the room itself has no patience for disguise.
Rude. The entire boutique has become judgmental.
Cinnamon trots past the mirrors without a glance, and stops at a side archway half veiled in beadwork and soft gold thread. The air changes there. Less showroom, more studio. Less performance, more possibility.
I used to love spaces like this.
Used to?
Sophia reaches for a pencil beside a stack of old pattern paper. The instant her fingers touch it, the table answers. Faint sketches bloom across the page in lines of gold. Not finished designs, but memories.
I did not only want a job. I wanted to design. I wanted to make pieces that felt like stories you could wear. But every application, every interview, every polite no taught me the same lesson. Be safer. Be cleaner. Be less strange. So I stopped showing my ideas. Then I stopped making them.
What did you stop creating?
The question lands harder than comfort would have.
Things that belong to me.
Milano softens, though only a little.
Originality is inconvenient. It asks everyone to have taste and courage at the same time.
Then let us stop asking for permission. Say it plainly.
Sophia looks at the blank paper, then at her own hands as if waiting for them to deny her.
I want to create something of my own. Not someday. Not after someone chooses me. Now.
A warm pulse moves through the room. Thread lifts, needles align. Drawers slide open by themselves.
I preferred the part where I was curating perfection. But fine. We will attempt art.
Sophia begins quickly, almost before fear can catch up. She chooses elegant lines, fashionable proportions, colors she has seen in portfolios that once impressed her. Her hands are skilled. Her instincts are sharp. But the deeper she goes, the colder the boutique becomes. Fabric loses warmth. A clasp turns the wrong way. A trim that should sing falls flat. What emerges is polished, expensive, and strangely empty.
No, I know how to do this.
You know how to imitate what was rewarded.
Sophia steps back, staring at the lifeless piece as hope drains from her face.
Then maybe they were right. Maybe I never had a voice. Maybe I was only good at wanting this.
She turns toward the door. Alaila does not let Sophia disappear into defeat.
Sophia, you keep asking what strangers will approve of before asking what you want to say.
Cinnamon presses softly against Sophia's ankle, steady and warm. Even Milano drops the theatrics for one honest moment.
Beauty without a point of view is only decoration.
Sophia closes her eyes and lets Florence return to her as feeling instead of ambition. Morning light on old stone, rain-dark streets, bell notes drifting above rooftops, hands that stitch, carve, polish, and begin again. When she reaches for the fabric this time, she is not chasing approval. She is answering memory. The new lines come quieter, but stronger. Materials cooperate. Color warms. Clasps settle exactly where they belong. Gold light rises through the boutique as Sophia shapes a small, unmistakably original piece. Elegant not because it copies greatness, but because it carries her own eye, her own city, her own story.
There, not perfect, true.
I do not need permission to begin.
When Sophia steps back onto the street, she carries fresh sketches, a real plan for her portfolio, and a different kind of hope. Inside, the boutique grows still again. Cinnamon curls beside the door. Milano angles proudly toward the chandelier. Alaila smiles as the lock turns. By evening, the black door is gone, waiting for the next heart that mistakes disappointment for destiny. Inside the glowing boutique, the air still shimmered from the mystery they had just uncovered. Across the polished floor, Cinnamon darted after a tiny golden butterfly, paws tapping like hurried questions. The butterfly floated higher, weaving past display tables, and rising toward a tall bookshelf near the back wall. Cinnamon stopped, barked once, then twice. The entire shelf trembled. A low rumble rolled through the room. Slowly, almost ceremonially, the bookshelf shifted aside. Behind it, a hidden door opened, and golden light poured into the boutique like sunrise spilling through a secret window.
Ah! Alaila, I am fashionable, not fearless!
Sometimes the next chapter opens before we are ready.
Cinnamon wagged once, proud and certain, then trotted straight through the doorway, as if the invitation had always been meant for Cinnamon alone.
Well, there goes the tiny boss.
Alaila smiled and followed. Milano gave one dramatic sigh and swung after her. Beyond the hidden door waited an old Italian workshop, frozen in quiet wonder. Sketches covered the walls. Golden thread rested on worn wooden tables. Unfinished shoes stood beside leather pieces, cut with impossible precision. Antique sewing tools gleamed beneath the soft glow of hanging lamps. And in the very center of the room sat a vintage suitcase, caramel brown with gold buckles, breathing with a gentle light of its own. Cinnamon approached first, nose twitching. The little dog circled the suitcase, sniffed the corner, and tapped it with one paw. Click. The buckle sprang open. A whirlwind exploded from inside. Ribbons, sketches, shimmering dust, scraps of leather, tiny glowing threads, and flashes of gold spun upward until the whole room became a storm of fashion and light.
My leather, my structure, my emotional stability.
Alaila scooped up Cinnamon. Milano clutched Alaila's sleeve. The floor vanished beneath them. The workshop spun, the light roared, and then everything disappeared. They landed on cobblestones beneath a warm Italian sky. Florence, 1958, breathed around them in elegant motion. Classic cars rolled past. Music drifted from a nearby cafe. Women moved through the street in graceful dresses, and men in tailored suits crossed the square with the easy polish of another era.
Wait, are we vintage now?
Beside them, the suitcase settled upright and opened just enough for a glowing golden card to rise into the air. It floated toward Alaila like a message delivered by time itself.
To understand the future of style, you must first honor the hands that shaped it.
Cinnamon barked and raced toward a small leather workshop just off the street. Alaila and Milano hurried after Cinnamon and stepped inside. At a work table near the window, an elderly artisan sat stitching a handbag by hand. Every movement was steady. Every pull of thread was exact. The room smelled of leather, polish, and patience. The artisan looked up as if visitors from another time were the most natural thing in the world.
I have been waiting for you.
People really need to stop saying that. It is dramatic. That is my job.
The artisan smiled and placed the nearly finished handbag on the table between them.
Luxury is not made quickly. It is made with patience, purpose, and pride.
Alaila reached out and touched the leather with new attention, not as a shopper admiring beauty, but as someone finally seeing the hours hidden inside it.
Every stitch has a story.
And every person who carries it adds the next chapter.
Alaila looked around the workshop again and understood something she had never fully named before. Fashion was not only what people wore when the work was done. Fashion was also the care, the courage, and the craft that came first.
So the secret ingredient is not just style. It is devotion with excellent stitching.
The artisan nodded. The suitcase began to glow again at the doorway, brighter now, as if the lesson had opened the path to another one. Cinnamon turned first, ears lifted, ready to run toward whatever era waited next. The suitcase bursts open, and Alaila, Milano, and Cinnamon tumble through time. In the 60s, A young designer hides her collection behind fear.
Your gift was not given to you, so you could hide it.
She steps forward and the crowd erupts.
I'm not crying. My zipper's sweating. I meant to do that.
In the 80s, Alaila steadies a nervous woman before a major meeting.
This does not make you powerful. It reminds you that you already are.
Back in the boutique, old sketches glow into modern designs.
Fashion changes, but confidence is timeless.
And good leather never goes out of style.
The suitcase shuts, a golden mirror appears, and a future boutique floats in its light.
Please tell me we are not going sky shopping.
Sometimes failure gets louder after the moment ends. Late that afternoon, a boy sat alone with a crumpled audition sheet, replaying his shaking voice and the pause that made him feel not good enough.
I am not doing that again.
Then a soft chime made him look up. Where a plain storefront had stood, tall glass doors shimmered beneath gold lettering. Alaila Carroll Style Boutique. He stepped inside. Warm light touched polished floors, shoes, handbags, and elegant displays. At the center stood Alaila.
Welcome. You do not have to explain anything before you are ready.
Finally, a dramatic entrance worthy of this boutique.
The boy looked up at a handcrafted Italian handbag on a display table.
Admire the craftsmanship. It is only polite.
A laugh slipped out. Cinnamon trotted over and sat beside him until the boy reached down to pet him.
Embarrassment feels heavier when carried alone.
I messed up an audition. I practiced for days, then forgot everything. If I try again, I will just prove that failure was the real me.
One bad moment is not an identity.
Are you afraid of the audition, or of being seen after it went badly?
I am afraid people will only see the boy who failed.
Then let us look at the story fear has been telling you.
Cinnamon padded toward a glowing hallway, leaving golden footprints.
Come, the Hall of Mirrors is waiting.
The mirrors showed fear before faces. In one, he forgot his line again. In another, judges stared in disappointment. In a third, people laughed, though none of it had happened that way.
That is exactly how it felt.
Felt is not the same as true.
Your imagination is being rude.
Another mirror showed him frozen under his own doubt.
Say one line.
He tried, froze, and stepped back.
See, this is why I failed.
No, this is where fear interrupts you.
Cinnamon stayed close as the room shifted. In the room of courage, bright marks appeared across the floor.
Welcome to the grand performance of tiny brave choices.
He stood on a mark, said his name, held eye contact, tried the line again, made a mistake on purpose, and kept going.
I thought courage meant doing it perfectly.
Courage means continuing when perfection disappears.
Cinnamon walked ahead, and the boy followed the golden paw prints. By the final mark, he was still nervous, but steadier.
Can I try the memory again?
The boutique answered. The failed audition rose around him again, this time as practice. Same pressure, same silence, same moment. He began, stumbled in the same place, and fear flashed across his face.
Keep going.
He did.
I wanted one perfect moment to prove I mattered.
One moment can expose fear. It cannot measure your worth.
Then the room opened into the runway above the clouds. White light stretched ahead. No judges, no applause, nowhere to hide. The boy stepped forward and performed all the way through, not flawlessly, but honestly. When fear rose, he stayed with it and kept going.
I did it.
Yes, you returned instead of retreating.
Alaila placed a finely crafted bracelet in his hand.
Let this remind you that confidence is the choice to continue.
I am going to audition again, and if I shake, I will still keep going.
Now that is style.
The boutique doors slowly opened as calm settled over the polished floor.
Looks like another happy ending.
Cinnamon ran across the floor and stopped beside Alaila.
Thank you for sharing another adventure with us. If you are ready to discover handcrafted Italian luxury that celebrates confidence, purpose, and timeless style, we would love to welcome you.
Your next favorite pair of shoes or handbag is waiting.
The camera glided past displays of shoes, handbags, sneakers, sandals, and accessories as gold lettering filled the screen. Alaila Carroll style, luxury you deserve, exclusively yours, art that you wear, handcrafted in Italy. Shop the complete collection online at www.alailacarrollstyle.com. Walk with purpose, walk with confidence, walk in luxury.
Do not be late.
The boutique lights twinkled and the logo faded into gold. Every dream begins with a step, and sometimes all a dream needs is a glimpse of what could be. Morning light glides over Tuscany and settles on the Alaila Carroll style boutique. Inside, Alaila arranges handcrafted pieces while Milano admires himself in a polished mirror.
Mirror. Mirror on the wall. Who is the most stylish handbag of them all?
The mirror stays silent.
I'll wait.
Nearby, Cinnamon chases a tiny golden butterfly between the displays. The butterfly darts toward the strange mirror from yesterday and disappears into the glass. Golden light swirls across the frame.
This must be the mirror of tomorrow.
I don't even trust tomorrow's weather.
The mirror reveals a teenage girl outside the boutique clutching a sketchbook.
I don't think I'm good enough.
The doors open on their own. The girl enters hesitantly. Cinnamon reaches her first, rests one paw on her shoe, and wags.
It's okay, little guy.
Welcome. What brings you here today?
I want to become a fashion designer, but I'm afraid no one will believe in me. Sometimes I don't believe in myself either.
I know that feeling.
The mirror glows again.
Is that really me?
It is who you can become if you keep believing in your gift and keep working for it.
The girl grips her sketchbook with new resolve.
Then I won't give up.
Cinnamon spins happily and Milano softens.
Good. The world needs your ideas more than your doubt.
Before she leaves, Alaila places a handcrafted Italian crossbody bag in the girl's hands.
This is not a prize. It is a reminder to carry your dreams with confidence every day.
Thank you, I will.
She steps back into the Tuscan sunlight, brighter than before.
I'm not crying. This is premium emotion.
Sometimes the future begins with believing in yourself today.
And looking fabulous while you do it never hurts.
The camera glides past handbags, shoes, sandals, sneakers, and accessories, each one whispering the same promise. Walk with purpose, walk with confidence, walk in luxury. Later, as the boutique grows quiet, Cinnamon finds a tiny golden key beneath the mirror.
Oh no, that looks like adventure.
I think Cinnamon has found our next mystery.
The golden key begins to glow.